Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fear and Terror Podcast, Episode 2. Today, my name's Shifty. My host today will be, again, Aloe. I don't know if you want to
Hey
say hi.
guys, what's up?
Today, we're going to be having this same guest as we had on last week. We're going to be having clan leader BigJimmyHD on.
That's good.
We have clan director Kilrim as well.
Hello.
And we actually have a set of questions tonight that we're actually going to bang out for you guys. So without further ado, let's get it cracking. So first couple for the table, at least for the approved questions. Let's go up here. So this was a good one, and I like this one. I think it's very in depth. This one's from Plasma to Jimmy. Can you stop
All right.
nuking our anime emojis?
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. Because one, okay, and for for two reasons. All right. So this month, since the and not even this month, but since the last podcast, something I kind of came up with in the members chat channel is a thing called an anime pass. It's like this unofficial, basically it allows people to use anime emojis and stuff like that within the Discord. And how to access that is they have to send proof for if they donate $10, they get it for a month to charity. So like any charity they want, they send that shit to me, a little screenshot up with it. But otherwise, no. I mean, anime is annoying. So
Smart.
yeah,
Smart. Grab it by where it hurts.
yeah. And check into episode. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I kind of go into my reasons behind it a little bit more, but I don't want to take up the whole podcast fucking
Nah,
reading about it.
there's gonna have to be a podcast dedicated to that. There's gonna be facts. There's gonna be evidence. There's gonna be witness testimonies. There's gonna be everything.
We're gonna
I
have
need
a
a
fucking
PowerPoint.
trial
It's gonna be a trial
for anime.
for the sake of all of it. All right. Well, here's the actual good question. And this is from my counterpart. I'm not going to say the first or second because that's going to be the issue. It's from Shifty. I feel like we have a very high turnover for members. I know it's not within your power to force people to stay. However, I've noticed recently that a lot of longtime members are playing elsewhere. Do you have any plans to reward membership for loyalty and long-time service, or just a plan to counter some type of high turnover rate for members?
So we have so as a group we have a lot of people and we have a large turnover rate. The main I think there's a couple reasons I'd attribute it to this. It's not like if we look at the turnover rate, like it sounds concerning. Like if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, that's not good. Any turnover rate, if it's like at a job or a club or something, it's usually something that's bad. But with gaming, it's different, and especially in our Discord. So we have a lot of requirements for people like members. Like you have to be active. You have to
Activity
be,
checks, yep.
and that's something I can kind of I don't want to detour too much, but I'll get back to activity checks. It's something we actually plan on, going really hard into the next month ish. We're gonna start doing have a bot that basically monitors voice activity and requires a minimum. And we'll be making a post about that in newsroom if you guys are curious a little bit later. But so the main to answer the question that we like, if you look at the percentage of people that apply versus that make it to regular, it's low. It's very low. But it's one of those things where we have so many people coming in. It's also you have to get promoted. You have to be active. You have to really kind of put your foot in the door for you to be an active member of this community. At least one that if you're in advancing through the ranks and all that, it's you have to want to contribute, and we look for people that contribute. So whenever people don't play at all and they don't contribute, and then they just ended up getting removed, because we have with how FAT is set up, and I talked about it last podcast, but we have all of our main games. So all the voice channels with the dedicated voice channels are led by directors, and their job is to Aloe with Halo. I mean, their job's to make sure that activity is consistent and grow their community within. So it's all about making sure we're having an inflow of people that can kind of counter that. But if I'm being perfectly honest, within the next couple months, when it comes to voice activity, we're going to be requiring it. So we're going to see a lot more members probably fall off that aren't inactive, or are inactive that aren't in the voice channels. And I think, and this is something that the directors and I have really talked about, and we think it's for the better. It's going to be inconvenient for some people, and some people aren't going to like it. But with our community, I think I don't know, like if we have, how many members do we have like in our database? We have like 800, right, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, we don't have 800 members like in our channels, so it's almost like I think it's a lofty stat, and I think we could say 800, but it's really not 800. And I want our members from the get-go, whenever we started FaT, like we had requirements and it was very easy to manage because we could do it manually and there was less people. But now that we've grown to the size we haven't been able to manage it, so we're going to be playing catch up with it and basically automating the process. So I know that's something I kind of want to talk about, so I kind of answered the question with that, but yeah, so I mean, with the retention rate, like if we were a community like a meme Discord or a community that really doesn't require anything out of our members, then that rate would be much, much higher because they would still be in, but it wouldn't necessarily be accurate or up to our standard.
Right, and I feel those same longtime members do have a very high tendency to come back as well. I mean, it does, as a community, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like a hub. It's like a hub. Like, you know what I mean? Like it stays in one place. People come and go. Like that's how communication is. Like it flows through. It flows through the community, through one person to the other, and people come back. I know for a while I had a bit of an inactivity, and I came back because I knew this was always here too. So. I think that's a good thing for everybody. That like I think a lot of people kind of like go to other places, but they definitely come back. Because I've seen some OGs come back, like Yoshi. Yoshi's a good one. Shout out Yoshi. He's one of the first guys I played with. I actually could not tell the voice difference between Yoshi and Kilrim for the longest time.
I don't know how.
I disagree with that.
I can't now. I
could tell the difference between Kill and Yoshi.
I could too. I can too. I think it was just the earlier times of playing with them both. I don't even remember how Kilrim even found me. I still gotta figure that out. I wish we kept like sources, or where'd you find this guy? Where the hell is he brought up from?
He's breakout for sure.
Yoshi, yeah.
This is what I don't get. Here's a good. This one's from Clutch to Jimmy. What happened to monthly financial supports and like what's?
Oh, okay. So thanks for asking this, Clutch. This is actually something I've been working on. So, so we have one person, JDub, the marketing manager, who makes and distributes them for the monthly financials, and that's if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I mean, if you're watching this on a YouTube channel, you can probably go to our channel and see it. And it's really cool. It's like a video infographic of how our money is being spent, and also kind of like what that means, like how many donations we have, what the intake. So I think maybe September or August. I don't know which one was our last one, but we decided that because those videos take a lot of time to make, we were going to switch to a quarterly format. So instead of like every month, we were going to do every 3 months and then do them each quarter. And quarter 4 ended for 2019. And the guy who makes them, JDub, he had to deal with some IRL stuff. I believe, I don't want to like talk, it's not like bad or anything, but I think he just was doing stuff professionally that got in the way of him being able to do it. So we still plan on making those. It's transparency for financials. We literally track every penny and to everyone that donates and is a member. So, that's always going to be there, but the video might be a little bit late, but we still intend on, bringing it all home and sending it and having it available and continuing to do it as we move forward. But it's a weird spot right now.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I didn't even know about those. That's cool.
Definitely something to look into. It's definitely good because obviously like the financial room is open and people are like, that's a lot of money. But it's kind of a breakdown, like Jimmy said, it's a breakdown of the money too, and just kind of gives everybody a heads up, like, hey, we're not endlessly spending this money or recklessly spending this money. It's going to help running the community. So
yeah, and I love the way it's put. To be honest with you, I got more money in that bank account sometimes than I do.
Oh, same, bro. I'm broke compared to that.
Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah,
like. How much? How do you find how much we make a month through Patreon again? Where did that come through?
So you can track it basically in, if anyone's not familiar, just to provide some context, if they're a member or they donate, if you're not an FAT, you won't be able to see this, but you can always PM me. I can give you access. I'm totally cool with sharing all this. But we have a channel in the top information category, and usually people have that collapsed because it's just, it's general information, takes up a lot of space on the left side of their Discord. But it's called financial information, financial information or financial history. And basically we give like messages out for every expense and income. And really the only income we have is, listed as Patreon. So you can just go through Patreon and see. I mean, the thing we're running into, and the money's not going anywhere, it's literally in its own account, just sitting there growing, is we're hesitant to spend money. And there's a reason behind it. Because I want to make sure if we ever, it's important for us and myself especially that we don't waste money that people are giving us. Like if you compare our finances to any other group, we beat them most of the time by 10 times. We have a large amount of support, and I think a big part of that's because we do it transparently and we track. We don't spend stupidly. Like, we were joking about Aloe. Aloe was like, when do I get a raise? Directing a game. I was like, whenever I start getting paid, because I don't make shit doing this. So it's it's important to us that we track that, and everyone can always go back, look at it, and make sure that it's just a good way, and set up kind of like a bank account too. Like, how you guys view your bank account, and I can see everything you spend and add up, and we keep we have a lot of information on there. So it's a good thing to check out if you're ever curious.
I just had like a huge issue tonight with my PayPal. Shout out to them because I could not find the list of my pre-approved payments, and I had one come out earlier that was like $33, and I'm like, I did not spend that. I'm pretty much kind of the same way. I only spend money now if I need to, and it's generally on two things, and that's food and gas. Otherwise, like I'm pretty proud of myself in saying I've cut down on it quite a bit. The biggest change to money spending to me has literally been working out, and I just do that at home, and it keeps me from leaving the house to go spend money. And yeah, like seeing this, we don't even, like, streamers don't even make that much money sometimes. Some really good streamers, like some of their Discords don't even pull that through. That's like the crazy part. I follow some like pretty like some famous streamers and stuff like that, their Discords, and like some YouTube channels Discords, and like they have nothing. They're not even close to like the amount of boosts that we have, or like if they had their financial history, which 90% of them don't, you'd actually be able to see like there's a decent amount of money that comes through. And hell yeah, I'm happy to be a part of that too. I was just looking at that today. It's one of the only things I kept, that, Spotify, and Netflix. And Netflix is like $17 a month now. It's crazy.
Yeah, they keep on bringing that up, dude. It's annoying me too. Yeah, it's just like every single month they add a little bit. Like, well, that's just what it is now. It's like, okay, asshole.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Well, there's nothing, like, I'm waiting till February 19th. I'm binging season 3 of Vikings, and then I'm getting rid of it because my parents don't even use it. It's just like we were all like, we had like the max plan because everybody used it. Now they don't even bother, and they keep asking me if I use it, and I'm like, yeah, I still do, but I'm just gonna hitch on somebody else's. But yeah, here's, if you had to change your name. This one's from Otter. If you had to change your name, what would it be?
To everyone?
What? Yeah, like change it from big.
What the fuck, dude? What? Otter, you don't need to hit me with these deep questions, man.
Dude, that's a big one too. Like, Kilrim and change it to Kill Him.
No,
Kill them.
Bad Hammer.
So even though this name came from a typo,
yeah,
and is actually one of my backup names at the time. It's just I had this. This was my display name when I was starting to get into plan side when I first joined Breakout. And then I was just Kilrim now. Even though that wasn't my main name, so I just switched to it. But I have a name notepad. Make a lot of you have to make a lot of characters for like certain games or something or whatever. So I'll just go through and pick one. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Sorry about that.
It's fun, Banjo.
I was like, I wasn't touching it. I'm not touching anything. And like my stand, the spring. I don't know if it's just like cracked or I don't know. I was not expecting that, but mistakes were made.
Adjusting to the weather like a bridge.
You know what? I feel like it's got like such a really sketch support, and the Blue Yeti is like it's got some weight to it, and
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like one day it's gonna snap. And if it did it mid podcast, I'd be doing what Aloe said earlier and holding my mic the whole time.
I was gonna hold it, but then my cord didn't reach to me, so I was like, I gave up.
God.
If I could probably change my name, I have some IRL friends that know me by a different name that it isn't now Aloe. It'd probably be that one. It'd probably be it's whiskey. So I'd probably go by whiskey just because I'm an alcoholic too. So that's probably my answer.
Here to help, Paolo.
Seriously,
Crisis information is above.
I'm probably that equivalent with weed. At some point I was. I'm pretty toned down now, just because I don't know.
Same, bro. I used to be into that, but I cut it all out. Like, I feel so much better too now that I have. Like, I don't know. Like, it was something that was fun and stuff, but like, one, it's expensive. Two, like, you know, it's like if you go, something that I realized that I didn't necessarily think I would be like the mental clarity after of like just like having it completely out of your system, working out every day, you know, drinking water, doing all that douchey shit. It actually like it makes you feel so much better day to day.
Yeah, that is true. There is times. The only time I smoke it now is like before I'm gonna go to bed. And before I go to bed, and I'm gonna kind of say it specifically what I do. It's like it's not like a what do you call it, meditation or anything like that, but there's like that Calm app. You know, if anybody's ever heard of that. I didn't buy it, don't worry. I use the free version.
It's like ASMR, bro.
Yeah, I put that on. Like I got a candle, like a certain scent. I love it, and it like I put that on, and like I just chilled my room. I got lights on. I just chilled my room for like a half hour, and I'll pack a bowl, and it'll take me probably about 20 to 30 minutes to actually focus on smoking it. I'll smoke it, and then by that time, like I get the nicest sleep on like the lowest amount of hours. Like there's a lot of times I'm functioning through with 5 hours through the day on like 10-hour days, and like I can do it no problem. I don't know if it's part of that, but I know there's other times where like I don't sleep as deep, but I'm not a morning person. That's for sure.
You're gonna burn your fucking house down, Shifty.
Yeah.
Lighting a candle while smoking, bro. That's a bad idea. You should definitely not do that. Get one of those like little colored, like the flashlight ones where you turn it on at the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? The little light bulbs.
Oh, the fake ones? But
Yeah.
it's the smell. So what I think it is like he could do that, but it's like the smell of the candle. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shifty, but like you have that smell that you're comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
And so if you don't have the smell, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I have nothing but solutions tonight. Get like the, like those little things that heat up the wax, but like are heated by a light bulb.
Oh,
But they're
yeah.
not actual fire, bro. There we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Yeah,
These
they have like
are
little
different.
holes so you can see.
This is like this is a wood wick. I don't know if you've ever heard of a wood wick, but instead of like the little I don't know, like a little
It's like string.
a little string, thank you, popping out, it's like a line, and you light one end, it goes all the way to the end, and it crackles like a fire. And before I go to bed I put it out, but like the noise sounds like a fireplace, and it's like
Is it like incense?
Yeah, it's just a candle. It's from this store called Yankee Candle. I don't know if I don't know if anybody. It's amazing. I was never a candle person. I was initially there shopping for my girlfriend. I ended up buying one myself. It was so good, and it's like this one spice I use on my steaks. I can only find it a certain time of the year, and I think that's the same thing with this candle, because I went in last time and they were just sold out, and I was really upset.
Wait, hold up. So your candle scent is like a steak or like a seasoning on a steak?
No, like in relation to like rarity.
Season.
In relation to like rarity, I like this one special. Sorry, I should have been more clear. It's like it's seasonal. Both of them are seasonal. That was the similarity I was saying, was that steak seasoning. It's called like Chipotle mango. You can only get it like every certain time of the year.
Just stock up on that.
Stock
up on that Chipotle mango.
No, it's not.
I was like,
I thought you were going to bed with like whiffs of Angus and shit.
just putting some spice on the end of my finger. Having a little. No.
Just light at the grill before you go to sleep.
Oh, man, make sure
I just have bad luck when it comes to candles. Like when I was younger, I had a candle holder that I made fucking Sunday school, dude. I hated that, by the way. Hated the Sunday school, but It was like a candle holder, and it was like I don't want to say paper mache, but that's what it looked like. It looked like paper mache on the outside. And my dumbass fucking lit it and took the spray that the dusters that you use for keyboards and shit.
Oh no.
Sprayed it into the fucking candle, like burned off a fucking eyebrow. I had like one of those like fake like wannabe mustache, like, oh, I'm growing facial hair.
Oh no.
Like burned my mustache off. Yeah, it was
We'll
not a
get you
good
a
time.
favor.
Yeah.
As a kid, I thought I could cool down a light bulb. I was like, this light bulb's too hot. So I took, like, I didn't know how to approach this scenario. Initially, I was going to take, I don't know how young I was, but I was dangerous. I could not be left alone for this. I was going to take a glass of water, cold water, and pour it on the light bulb. That was my first move.
God,
so I'd be
dude.
dead if I did that. But the second move, which is a little more deadly, but I don't know how this happened. Second move was to spit water at it, like Squirtle. That was my idea. So I did this, and I was like, all right, like I grabbed the water, and I went, and this light bulb exploded. It shattered. It was like, and I was like, I closed my eyes and like I held myself. I'm like, I felt no pain. I felt nothing. Like I'm looking down at me. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm looking everywhere else, and I had pieces of glass everywhere in my room. I called my mom up. She's about to walk in. I'm like, don't walk in. Like I just remember like I had to like get carried out. It was everywhere. But that was one of the dumbest things that I'd ever done. I'm never doing that. I don't even know how I was not supervised.
So I know Kill mentioned Planet Side,
Ooh.
and this is from.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I did not mention that at all.
You said it
During
with
this.
your name.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, you're right.
this is from Soup to Kill, and Soup says, "Why must Planet Side 2 be hated as it is? Why can't we make a venture back into it?"
Seriously though.
That hurts me because Soup is a box boy and he's from those dark times and he should still remember. But aside from the fact that the devs have done any major change or anything the community wanted, the devs would do the exact opposite. So they're like, so when the community got together and was like, hey, can you add this to the game? They're like, oh yeah, no problem. Here's what we did. And it was the exact opposite of what we said. So that coupled with, we were on US West, which is Connery, after it went through like several server merges. But basically that server is content with and to put it into squad related terms so most of the we understand, they're content with rolling, like just sitting, just farming kills off of people. So basically, if you don't know what Planet Side is, it's like basically like a free-ish Battlefield style shooter with three major factions. There's Blue, New Conglomerate, the NC, which is what we played. You had the Red, which are space Nazis. They like accuracy by volume, and then you got the Vanu, which are latex alien space ninjas that like laser guns. And so we played NC, which was Space America, and you had the hardest hitting guns but the worst recoil. So we had the hardest faction to play because everyone learns how to play as Space America, and then they switch to the other two factions because they're easier. So red and purple on Connery were just content with farming us, the blue faction. So you would just, at prime time, you would look at the map and we would have like 7+ major battlefronts, and red and purple would have like maybe one. And that was the server culture. They were just okay with that. So like if you're one of those people that just likes farming rallies or habs, fobs, whatever, like that's all they did. That's all they liked. And on top of that, everyone, all the people, like if FaT was to get into it, even though like when I first joined, I was like, if for some reason we ever try to think about making a Planet Side division, we'd have to be on Connery and we'd have to be NC. But if FaT like could choose what they wanted to do, they would all be Vanu because all the squad guys would be like, these guns have too much recoil. I need some fucking way easier. This is stupid. So it would all be purple with laser guns that have no recoil and just be totally lame. And then on top of that, I mean, like, I do miss being a team and being in charge of a full platoon, which was like, I think it was about 100 people, and having those, designating good squad leads and having them play like how you play in squad, and insanely fat, like probably like on quad speed, because people can be instantly revived in like 3 seconds, and then you can also redeploy, which takes about 15 seconds. So you can just appear anywhere on the map, and you could do max crashes where every faction has like a mech suit. So, doing those with a group of like 12, 24 people effectively, like those are always fun. But on top of that, let's see. I don't know, man. Like, there's some draws to it that I miss, but for the most part, like, I'm kind of over it. The population's kind of dying anyway, and especially Rel. There's a prominent YouTuber named Rel, and he became a dev, or like, I don't know what his position is, but he was hired by Daybreak, and like all the changes he's made have all just made the red and blue factions worse, while making the purple faction better, because that's what he likes. Even though he admits that he's like not faction like favoritism, like he obviously likes purple because all the good changes came to them. But yeah, like the faction we would play would just be nerfed. It wouldn't be fun. Like, and then on top of that, like, PlanetSide has never been a game that encourages like team play. So like the game itself, there's no reward for playing as a team. At least, well, Soup will know what I'm talking. The way we used to play, because we used to play very tight knit, like shock infantry style of combat. Because you can, like, that was one of the good things about PlanetSide, is you could play any way. If you want to do armor, you could be an armor squad all day or whatever, air. But I mean, like, I wouldn't. If Sax wanted to do a happy hour on PlanetSide, I wouldn't like deny it if the community voted for it, but I probably wouldn't go to that event because it's just not fun anymore. And it also reminds a lot of the planet, at least the PlanetSide box boys. It reminds them of Ace and Soup. That should be enough answer for you, because you know what we came from. Getting away from Ace was a big reason Breakout left to join FaT. Probably the number one reason, aside from me just burning out in general, because he kept getting to like white supremacy and Nazi-ish and just overall racist and toxic. We grew out of that. So like, now that we've grown out of that, I don't see why we should go back to it. Like, why would we regress how we've grown and go back to that? But I mean, like, I get it. You gotta have respect for the games you came from. Like, that's why we all still play, Squad or Tarkov occasionally, because that's what brought us together. I get that. I think that's where the question's stemming from, and like, I wouldn't be opposed to it if like other people got everyone together to do it, but I probably wouldn't join it.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I only played the first PlanetSide myself.
That was miles better. That's when people cared about balance and having a good time.
Yeah, that game looked cool. I think I played it's whatever human faction it was. They had like a bullpup gun. I remember it. It was cool.
And they had the giant mechs too, like the Titan Walkers. Those were cool as fuck.
Yeah. I'd like to get in that game actually a little more than I did. I remember thinking of it a lot like Halo when I first saw it. I think I played the first one. I think it's free. I think they're both free. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Yeah. I think the first one they put out the client, and like there's like one server, I think.
Okay.
And you can just like play it for the nostalgia. I don't think a lot of people are actually on it. Like PlanetSide 2 is, I think its numbers last I checked were kind of like below Squad. No, Squad's usually like 5K average. I think they're like 2K and dropping.
Yeah. True.
But they did announce Plan Site 3, so that probably doesn't help either.
Yeah, I was
I don't
literally
know.
just about to say that.
I wouldn't.
Someone just told me about that like a little while ago because they were a fan of that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on improvement in the third one. I mean, if it's still free, maybe everyone will try because we all like trying new games anyway. Like
Yeah.
that's probably another problem with the retention question from earlier. Like just new games come out. Like if dude, Cyberpunk was still coming out in fucking April, like activity would have just fucking plummeted. Like, because we all would have been playing it.
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna put a leaving notice in, like I did for Metro. Like, no one talked to me. I'm gonna enjoy this game to the fullest.
Stay away
Leave
from me.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still
Dude,
talk
I'm
to
not
us
doing
when
my
you're playing
job.
Metro,
That's it.
so
Yeah, you probably won't.
I mean, I
understand.
only replied if I had to.
Yeah, that is true. That's the only way I
But-
do it.
I'm proud of you for growing out of that kill.
Okay. For Cyberpunk, I was gonna probably uninstall Discord from my phone and my computer,
Oh my god.
and keep my friends list off on Steam all the time. Like that's what I was gonna do.
Throw your cell phone into like some body of water.
Throw it into a lake,
Blow
yeah.
up your car so no one can track you, dude.
I don't think. Yeah. If I had to, I probably would.
I just remember Kit when Metro came out. Kit was like, "Don't talk to me. I want to go home and play Metro. Don't talk to me." That's all he would do was play Metro.
That was me with Star Citizen when I actually got
It'll
it
be
to
in
run on
2
my
days.
computer. Which actually that gives
I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for it, but that was me when Fallout 76 came out.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, well,
That was a
there we go.
disappointment.
I liked it.
I still play Fallout 4.
I mean, I like all Fallouts. I mean, I like the lore in 76, so.
Someone made a mod in Fallout 4 that gave you a crap ton of customization for weapons that were like all from Escape from Tarkov. They had all the AKs,
Oh my
all the
God.
different ammunitions, all the pieces, and you can literally switch anything out on it with the weapons customization. And I'm a really big fan. I've never shown anybody the pictures. They're on my Steam. If anybody was on my friend, they can look it up. But like I used to in detail, piece by piece, make like all my places. I had like tons of mods that would allow me to just place anything anywhere, extend the build limit to like my settlements. I had one that was on an overpass or like underneath it, like a couple crazy ones. But when I used to play Fallout 3, there was a mod that allowed it to be like 4-player, and it was really sketchy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and we played it on Fallout 3 for the longest time, and then someone was like, "Hey, A Tale of Two Wastelands is a thing. Do you think we can make it work?" And I remember we were able to do it, but it was pretty buggy. But you could be like 2 people could be in the Mojave, 2 people could be in DC, like it could switch.
I know. I remember that they did it like a New Vegas multiplayer, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing a beta, and it's closed," and then they never opened it back up again. And I was like, "Oh, what about the rest of us?" So like, there's a closed number of people that have that like beta. I don't know. I could be wrong, but last time I checked, I was like, not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Exposed. Yeah, I to Kilrim, I took a hiatus when I started playing Star Citizen. I started playing with what do you call it, the Rexilla streamer, and really really great guy, and we had so much fun. Not even just from like the planned missions that we would do. He started gaining so much fame that I was kind of like an authority as well, and people really started to stream snipe him. And there were 2 groups: the people that were playing, and then there were people that were defending the people that were playing, and they never got the recognition that they deserved. But there would be like fighter squadrons of like anvil arrows that would be flying formations over top of them, or like doing strafing runs just to add like aesthetic to the battle, or like if an actual contact came in a range, they didn't know who it was, they'd go take him out. That's kind of how I started there, because when I first got the game to play, I think I was using a 950 and an i3, and God bless their souls, like I don't know how they're doing now. They're in somebody else's computer, but they're still alive. So it worked, but I couldn't go down there because they would do this one crazy battle where they'd put a hammerhead on the ground, and there'd be a team of like 10 that would defend this hammerhead, and then there'd be like a team of 40 attacking it, and everybody would bring their own individual ships, and from the start point of the attackers in a Valkyrie to the defenders in the hammerhead, everybody would park their ships in like a cluster, open the doors, and like just place them there along the battlefield. And before like most people got out of the dropship, like the turrets would just start destroying the ships and just make it crazy. And like my computer was like, no. So I'd stay in the sky. But now I can do that. Like with the what the heck do I have? A 2060 Super? Like it's run phenomenally, and I have stopped everything in my higher power to just go back on a binge because it's just gotten way better, which actually led me to a question to Jimmy from the last podcast. We had talked about it, and he said it from the start, since we started talking about even the possibility of an expansion, that he wanted to be the bad guys. Why?
Because it sounds like a hell of a lot more fun than being the good guys. Like, I mean, because if you think about, I mean, I don't know. I think there's many ways to play the game, and I think I want to basically open up as many possibilities for combat as possible. That's my thing. I'm not going to be peaceful. I want to shoot the shit out of people with an army. So with with the gameplay, there's really two ways you can make that happen. You could either make it happen through like private security or military, where like you're commissioned or hired to guard something and basically be on the defense, or you can be pirates or the bad guys and attack, other organizations and actually reap the benefits of attacking. And I think, I mean, defending in any game, it sounds like fun if it's like a very organized game mode, like I don't know, Battlefield, or even up to the pacing of Squad. It can be interesting, but when it comes to Star Citizen, it's going to be like boring as shit, just waiting for someone to attack you, or like fending off NPCs with really no gain. I'd much rather be in the shoes where, while where we technically be classified as a bad guy, and we are going to be the bad guy for sure, it's going to be a lot more fun, in terms of what we can get more benefits from it. We can reap more rewards, and we can, plan our attacks and stuff, and form like alliances and beefs with other communities and stuff. All and obviously good fun, but I think that's the main reason. There's a couple things, and there's many routes you can go, but I know that's the route that I know Kilrim and I want to go, and a lot of other members do as well.
I like it. I like the aggressive nature of that plan.
I just want to kill somebody.
100%. Oh wait, yeah, that too. Yeah, absolutely. I think that over any other decision that could have been brought to the table would have taken the cheddar right there. Just by the way we played before as a large group, and how they functioned and stayed organized, and seeing the base level of that, and seeing what we already accomplished with the Discord, there's a lot of crazy potential to be there. And if you have people that are crazy on making money, they can make a astronomical amount. I knew people that were buying hammerheads with in-game credits the last time I was playing, and they had like a month to buy it, and they made it like a matter of days. They were just hauling the same thing over and over. It would just be the fact of the meta of whatever was being sold. I can't remember what it was called at the time. Widow. It was called Widow.
Oh, I too love selling drugs.
Yeah, it was on some planet, and you had to fly there, and it was just one place, and you'd hope there weren't other people there, or there wasn't somebody waiting for your camping there or something like that, and you'd go and you'd have to buy it and wait a few seconds or something like that, and buy only a certain amount, and it was sketchy. It was not fully implemented yet, so there was a lot of times you could bug out. That's the only reason I bought a Cutlass, was because it had space. See, me beforehand, I was just a single seat fighter pilot, didn't care about anything else. But when I bought the Cutlass, that really kind of introduced me to like bigger craft, and I was thinking about maybe even flying or buying like a Polaris or something to be like a drop ship, because I don't know. I feel like I could do that sort of thing. But yeah, how much is a Kraken? That was something that was up for debate a little while ago. I think I messaged it to you, but
We don't talk about that.
okay, because a couple of us, like a friend of mine,
No, it was 1400.
okay. Oh wow, we thought it was way more. We didn't know if you can
Oh
individually
no,
buy
no,
a ship.
no, 1600 because I got the. Wait, I can't. Is it the packs that you pay with real money are cheaper, and then
Or
the ones where is it the ones that you can use credits are more expensive?
I
Yeah,
think.
credits are more expensive. So if you
Okay,
upgrade to
so
something, it's not war bond.
it was 1400, I think.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Because I remember the other one that allowed you to use credits. If that's correct, then that one was 200 more.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm kind of stupid and have a problem.
Oh well.
But I got away from finally, like that phase died out because I was me and Turd. We were both like kind of hyping each other up. We were just like, "I'll buy it if you buy it." And it was just a terrible mind place to be.
Shit.
Like we were just throwing money at that kid.
Oh man, that's just.
But
yeah.
I think I got the hoplite because they were periodically they were doing a big sale, I think, and it was like every manufacturer every day will have all their ships for sale, even the ones they can't fly. So I think I bought like the hoplite so I could have a drop ship
Nice.
because no one had it. And then they were like, "Look at this Kraken," and I looked at it and I was like, "I need that, like SpongeBob, I need it."
Right.
And I was just like,
That's immediately
bought that
what I
shit
thought.
immediately.
Shut up and take my money.
It's one of the only ships too where I just looked at it and I'm like, that doesn't look like garbage because, like I said in another podcast, I just compare everything to Star Wars, and in my opinion, most of them don't look that cool.
Yeah, Star Wars or Halo.
But I saw that one and I was like, that shit's great, and I bought it.
That's why I like Space Engineers, because I've played people that just copy and paste a Star Wars ship in, and it's like, oh crap, I'm actually up against a Star Destroyer. Like, how's this gonna go? That's been a cool part of that game. I've been playing that a lot lately too. They added a lot of stuff in. That game's like No Man's Sky and Minecraft had a baby. But if Star Citizen was on that level, which it very well is already set out to be, then that'd be cool. If Space Engineers was on the level of Star Citizen, where it was like a very large MMO, that'd be insane. That'd just be like next level. It's like Space Minecraft. Oof. Sheesh. Let's not get on that. That's a heated topic. that's potential right there. Oh, here's a good game. Here's a good question. This one's from Deer. If you could only play one game from the main game divisions of the community for the rest of your life, which would it be? Mine's Tarkov.
That's a hard one.
Ah, wait, shit. I like more.
This is a hard. I can't. I don't know if I want to like because I'm Halo director.
Yeah.
I love Halo.
Oh, here we go.
But I love Postscriptum, man.
Oh, Post is an option too. I was gonna ask you guys that. That was another question. I'll ask that after. I think I'll see.
Like I just love the immersion that Postscriptum brings from like the point of shooters. Like you have your squad and you have Tarkov and you have everything, Call of Duty, and you have Halo and all those kind of games. But there's an immersion of, even if you were like playing by yourself, and you had like local and squad comms muted, which never do if you're just getting into Postscriptum, don't do that. But if you were like recording a video or whatever, like the immersion of Postscriptum it's just so beautiful. Like it's a beautiful game. Between everything from like someone getting blown apart to like the ambience of the game. So it's just a matter of I mean, and with Halo too, like Halo has its moments, like if you're playing the campaign where it's really beautiful too. Yeah. But I think Postscriptum would probably take that as the game I could play for the rest of my life.
Fair.
In terms of replayability, I'd have to say Squad, because I don't unfortunately I don't get to play Squad like really anymore because my graphics card is messed up. But I have like 1,800 hours plus, might be 1,900 hours in Squad, and I feel like I love post, but I feel like the replayability in squad is higher than post, and I don't know. I mean, I know it's just a question. It's just kind of saying like which one would you have to pick kind of question, but
Hmm.
I feel like squad, all these games would end up dying out, and like no one's going to be playing. Some people might be playing squad in 10 years, but we're all going to move on to things as we move forward. But I don't know. I would have to say squad though, just because I feel like I could get the most out of it, and it wouldn't feel like the same. Like I love Halo. I play it probably the most now because I can run it. But yeah, I think squad has to be the one for me.
I think
Yeah, I'm
I'll
torn.
you
Sorry,
you first.
I'm torn between squad and post because, like Aloe said, the immersion in post is so much better than squad, and then on top of that, like it's not trying to be casual friendly like squad is, but on the same time, squad could just fix that with mods, and you could even work around, like if you wanted to be cheeky about the question, you could mod postscriptum back in the squad, and then boom, you'd have both. But if we're gonna play by the rules of the question, then I think I'm leaning towards post because I've had a lot of memorable moments. Like I had one today where I was Shizno was my squad lead, and I was following him as a medic, and he just like ran through a hedgerow, and I was just watching him because I was like, I think I was bandaging myself, and he just immediately runs back, and he's like, "Oh shit, scout car!" And then I go, "Oh okay," and I prone, and then right as I prone, an Ichi shell goes right over me, like right where I was crouching, and hits behind me,
Oh.
and then another fat guy was nearby, and he's just like, "Oh shit, we're gonna die!" And then the scout car fixed his aim and killed all three of us.
Oh my god.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
like you
that
have a lot of
moment
good
was the
moments when you're in
best.
post with too, like especially with Kill and the old FaT staff or the postscriptum staff that we had. We had a lot of good moments with that too, and it's just one of those things like with all the features that they're adding to the game too. So
Yeah. I like the way they're doing it. Someone made the comment, and whoever it was, they give you props that this new update gave the French like the respect they deserved. And I was like 100% when you look at the char B1, like you just everything that they are equipped with, they are very competent and very deadly. I'd actually probably have to go with Mordhau in a sense. I love shooters, don't get me wrong, it gets my adrenaline going, but um, nothing in my opinion gets me like more adrenaline run than being like in a frontline game where it's like having to have my eyes on every single person around me, whether it's like first or third person, and just like battling people when it's like a 4-to-1 ratio. And Jimmy knows I
Yeah,
use a shield quite a bit, and I've actually learned how to adapt to the new controls that they have, to where you have to hold R to raise your shield up and hold it. Um, and I've been playing it the last couple of weeks with a short spear and a shield, and I have just been absolutely slaughtering people at like in 4-to-1s. Like I can kill three. One time I killed all four, and my friend Jake was witness to it. It was like, hey, like it's a lot of fun, that
turn your
game.
hacks off there, bud.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
when you're having good days in that game, it's great. When you're having bad days, it's not great.
It's like playing Tarkov.
And it's like fighting Jimmy. I know specifically which one Jimmy is because he's got the feather on top of his helmet.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy, I have a hard time. I don't think I've ever killed him. And Briar specifically triggered me the most because we used to play Tarkov on a steady basis. Then I bought Mordhau, played it for about a month straight, and then he bought Mordhau, and within the second week I could not kill him. And he's improving incredibly ever since. But now he's more so what I call a complicated fighter, and you find a few of them every now and then where they really get you on like the feints and stuff like that, and you tire yourself out just by like swinging that, like you even have a chance. He's one of those guys, and I can fight them now. So it'd be a toss up between Mordhau and probably Squad, because Squad being in the actual military, there's a lot of times I like being like squad lead, I used to do it a lot in paintball events too, like when they had like a rank structure as well. They'd have like a general, they'd appoint officers. I generaled one time, we won. Most of the other times it was like an XO or an officer, and it was a lot of fun there too. And I know for a fact, like generally I tell people the same way. Like if you're in my squad, there's gonna be two ways you can do this. It's one way we can have fun, play the objective, or like we could be super serious or we could be goofy. But sorry about that. But yeah, it had to be squad, shooting people, or more now stabbing people. It'd be one or the other,
But what main game?
probably squad, just
Okay.
because I'm familiar with it. So Tarkov did, it was pretty close, but no, the I was in a firefight today. Both parties threw at least 10 frag grenades. None went off, and that was it for me. It's like the only reason we lost that firefight was because we could not use our grenades. They just did not go off, and they were just sitting there. There were 4 F1 grenades sitting at the base of my door, and I could. They were just sitting there. I was waiting for them to blow up. So that's why I cut it out of the deal.
We're gonna hit an important question that I noticed from Arctic.
Yeah, I just looked at this.
How? I guess this is for everybody.
Oof.
How would you describe the taste of beans? Just choose whatever type of beans you would most likely eat and give an in-depth description of them.
Do you guys have
I'm gonna
Snack
Sloppy
base.
Joes?
Sloppy Joes and beans are different
not
things,
done yet.
though.
I'm gonna say Sloppy Joes and hot dogs. Put them together. That's what beans are.
I was gonna say like plant-based protein,
Ugh.
but like, I mean that's what it is. But like,
Fried beans.
I don't know, man.
Pork
I'm
and
like a
beans.
baked beans kind of guy.
Baked beans are where it's at.
Ooh,
Just
baked
because
beans,
of like when I eat baked beans, I think of barbecue. So I'm a big
Fuck.
barbecue person.
yeah.
Same. Well, but what the fuck is a baked bean? Like, obviously, it's not like that's not what the bean's called, right?
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a northerner thing.
That is true. They always ask me that on my burrito. I'm like, I don't care. Just surprise me. I say that and they just like be so confused. I'm like, I don't care. Do whatever.
Beans are an in-depth conversation.
Oh, but
If
like,
you're
what's the
in
name
the
of the
food
bean?
aspect.
Like, it's not a baked bean. Like that shit's like when you put it all together with like the, the sauce and everything, and you cook it.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys? That's something I just realized. I don't know. I don't know the name of like any beans.
What?
A pinto bean, green bean.
Pinto?
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
Now I know.
green
Obviously,
bean.
I know more. But like
Pinto.
that bean, bro. What the fuck is that?
You
bean?
wouldn't have had me on pinto. I would not have. I said green bean for sure.
Black bean.
beans, kidney beans.
Black bean, yeah. Kidney beans.
Be a
Okay.
kidney bean?
Lima beans.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
my least
lima
favorite. I like all the other ones listed though.
Pork and beans.
That's no. That's not how
That
it
one
works.
piece of pork in the can.
Dude, you gotta make that
Oh,
from
dude,
scratch,
right?
though.
There's always like one piece. Of
I never
Yeah.
ate it as a
That was
kid.
like the
Then I
fat
realized what it
piece.
was. Yeah.
I always thought that was for flavor. Like
Same.
I never fucked with that piece.
I
Yeah.
posted a picture of beans in members earlier today, of the Dr Pepper beans,
Oh, what?
You're
and
sick.
nobody said anything about it.
I
But
was gonna make fun of you, but that's gross, dude.
dude, okay, so I had them once. I was like, all right, I'll give them a try, see how they
Oh
are.
my God,
They're not
why?
good. They're not good.
Oofer.
And
They're
would
not
you-
good at all.
Like the beans,
They're too sweet.
they're all baked beans are already sweet, man. Like they're much sugar goes into that shit. I'm not trying to be a health nut, but like at the same time, man, like Dr. Pepper in your food.
Dr Pepper is good. Okay, Dr Pepper goes well with other things. I am a Dr Pepper aficionado. I think 50% of my blood is Dr Pepper based,
You're diabetic.
something like that.
Oof.
Okay.
But
Like, who the fuck drinks a Dr. Pepper and thinks, oh, this needs beans?
Like, that's. I mean, I don't know. There's someone out there. I can't say who,
Someone out there.
but there's someone out there.
Maybe they like try to make like a fucking tea with like the boba tea or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about? With like the
Ew,
different
dude,
balls
no,
with baked
no.
beans. That's funny as shit, dude.
That's like putting beans in the donuts. I don't know if you've seen that
I
image.
saw that.
In the beans
Putting-
in the clock image. Someone put beans in like a clock and hung it up on the wall, and it was fucking hysterical.
I think there's a
don't
Reddit
know.
Whoever's
for it.
editing this needs to put the pictures of these cursed images up.
Oh my
And
god.
there's actually
on
a whole
YouTube.
subreddit for it. It's like beans
Yes,
in
that's
things.
exactly what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah, it's like it's either a subreddit or like some like,
Beans in inappropriate places.
Who has
Yeah.
time to run subreddits like that? Like bean subreddits.
we're the same
don't know.
people that have time to run gaming communities. I don't know, man.
Jesus.
Oh, yikes.
All right, we have one more topic, and I think we're gonna end it on a good note. But it's from Sax, and Sax says or asks, "What's your favorite genre of music?"
My man.
Rap.
Rap.
Oh man,
Definitely.
What was that sigh, Aloe? What was that? What was that? Oh,
man, because like
What do you want me to say?
I like alternative.
Death Note.
Honestly,
Outro
I'm a big
5.
alternative guy.
Same.
I know Kill and I share similar interests in similar artists. But like Bastille is like my favorite band of all
This
time.
feels so good. Fuck, they're great.
They do a lot of really good covers, and their albums are always on point. And I've seen them live twice. Hobo Johnson is another one that I like. I've also seen Hobo Johnson
He's
twice.
He's so good live, dude.
People shit on Hobo Johnson because they say it isn't music.
He has a song called Peach Cones.
Peach Scones,
Scones.
man.
Peach
I've heard-
Scones,
I've
bro.
heard that one. Yeah, he's really good.
Very good. Dude, that's the last concert I went to recently too, and for some reason, like he's pretty chill. Like it's a chill atmosphere live. Like there's certain songs that get you hype, but dude, like 8 people passed out from dehydration from like fucking drugs or some shit. Like
The last Hobo
Oh,
Johnson
bro.
concert I went to, people were passing around a fucking joint. And
oh,
he
I
took
mean
the
that was
joint.
happening too. Like that happens
took the
every
joint.
time.
I mean,
That's
that's
the
a
rest of
concert.
that, man.
That's cool.
Oh, he took it at. Oh,
Yeah.
he himself took it.
He
Yeah.
himself took it.
Oh,
and
they
smoked
tried that. They tried that at the Showbox in Seattle, and he was like, "No, I'm okay." He's probably already so high.
He's probably ready to pass out.
Hobo
But,
Johnson's good.
Yeah.
Last concert I went to, I got punched in the face by a bouncer. And it was like an accident. It was a shit, man. This is in like high school. I was like Post Malone. I mean, everyone knows who he was now, but he's from Grapevine, Texas, which
Hell
is
yeah, he
North
is.
Texas, super close to where I grew up. So he had a lot of concerts in Dallas, and I went to go see one of his shows. It was a cool lineup. It was like Jazz Cartier, this guy named Larry June, who's a goofball, and then him. And like whenever like we were, because it's like one of those things. It wasn't like a stadium. Like I'm sure now he does stadiums, but back then it's like the general admission, like the general floor. So you're kind of just standing around. It's a great concert. But whenever he started performing, it was like one of his songs. I think it was like White Iverson or something. And
Yeah, White Iverson is what blew up.
yeah, he like reached out his hand into the audience. I was like right next to him. And everyone was trying to touch his hand to say, I don't know, just what people do. And I touched like the back of his hand. And what someone else was trying to do was trying to like take, like, he was wearing like a watch and thinking he had like some rings on and shit. And
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like-
I hear that
Oh
happens a
fuck,
lot.
dude.
yeah. So like I touch his hand. This one big fucking bouncer just like fucking punches me right in the head. And I was like, what the fuck? Because like I wasn't doing anything. I was just like enjoying this moment. And then I fucking feel this fist like connect with my upper temple. And temple is your head, right? Or is that your throat?
It's your head.
Tempo's your head.
Yeah, okay, good. I killed it. So yeah, basically like I got fucking he just like punches me, and then like I look up dazed and confused. He looks at me, he sees like this fucking like white kid that like definitely wasn't like, just like a fucking high school kid that just got fucking popped in the face. But
You
yeah,
should have
man,
sued, dude.
Shook
You
it.
could be rich.
Nah, it was
You could be rich, dude.
But like that was like the same, and because I always like those concerts way more than like big stadium concerts.
Dude,
like
yeah.
they can actually
Yeah,
be there. Like Jazz Cartier, not as well known, but he has some great songs like Dead or Alive and Opera and stuff like that. Look him up if you're into rap.
He's got
He's
one
great.
song. It's like a
Very helpful,
dance
Shifty.
song.
Thank you.
It's a dance song. I was trying to think of the name. I was gonna look it up on my phone. It's like
That one song with music.
no, it's like it's rock your body or something like that, or dance like nobody's watching. I can't remember what it's called. I'll figure it out. It was one song I know by them, and yeah, I just for all the moods that I have, rap's always the way it comes up.
And like I've seen a lot of concerts too. Like a lot, I've seen concerts at Red Rocks, and I've seen concerts at small theaters too in Denver, and like don't get me wrong, I love seeing concerts at Red Rocks. Like Red Rocks is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful atmosphere, but there's something about like going to if you've ever been to Denver and ever seen a show at Denver, there's like the Fillmore. Like seeing a show at the Fillmore or Cervantes Other Side, like small like back room like concert halls. There's something
Like
about it.
Like it's just a stage and
Yeah,
the floor,
it's
that's it.
like more intimate
Yeah.
settings because you feel like you're closer to the artist, and I don't know, something about that is fucking.
They always turn into a great time, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the song's called "Nobody's Watching," by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, he was for Dead or Alive, like he was on my shoulders the whole time. He just chose my ass, and I was like, walking around with him. Like, he's not that heavy.
He's like
actually,
reached
but,
in. He's like, "You fearing terror?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, "Turn around."
He's like, "Look, are you the clan director?" I'm like, "I am." When I'm important. No, no, yeah, but I mean, it was dope because he was like stage diving and we were like crowd surfing and shit. It was just stupid as shit, but it was a good time.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's awesome.
To answer the question, but I don't. In case no one heard me earlier, I agree with alternative. That's what I'm like currently. That's my go-to right now. But like, I grew up listening to 2000s rap. That was what I grew up on, but along with alternative, I fuck heavy with EDM, and yeah. So I guess I would say alternative, but like NF is fucking good. I love the new Eminem album that he put out.
New Eminem
last
album
month.
is good.
Holy shit, that was great.
You guys heard Lil Wayne's new album?
Dude. No.
Yeah, it's called Funeral, dude. No one he didn't do any press for it, but
Never
like,
does.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's-
there's some fucking songs there that are great. Like, it's a Wayne album, so there's always gonna be songs that slap, but there was like a couple that like
Bangers.
I've had on repeat for sure.
Yeah.
that was like
That was
the Eminem
Godzilla
album.
for me on that new Eminem album.
Yeah,
Godzilla
he just
was
like released it, no press or anything. But I don't know how I found it on my YouTube feed, but I'll look up that Wayne one.
I got.
I think- I think it didn't get a lot of press because Wayne didn't he release it the same day Eminem released it?
it
Released
was
his
like-
album?
It was a couple days after.
Yeah.
I mean, either way,
that's
both of them didn't have as much, like almost any press. I like something that's coming up. Like if you're into rap, there's probably people listening that don't give a shit and we're all just boring. But like that the song Drake and Future dropped. Forgot what the
Fuck
it's
Drake.
called.
I'm sorry. Had to
Okay,
be
well,
said.
either way, he's good with Future because he doesn't like. Okay, my opinion on Drake, he like raps for like Instagram bitches, and that's it. Like that's like that's all he does now, and it's obviously a demographic. It's obviously a market he's hitting and making money off of, but he fucking sucks. But whenever he's with Future, let me find the song.
Bangers.
Life is Good. Yeah, they had an album. Shit, what was it called? What a Time to Be Alive. They're doing What a Time to Be Alive 2, and it's gonna be fucking great. I'm so excited. It's coming out like I think sometime within the next week or 2 weeks. It's coming out soon though, which I'm really happy.
Yeah.
for.
Drake's like a
Nice.
male Taylor Swift with some of his music sometimes. You know what I mean? It sounds like a reach out to whoever he's trying to get to, but there are some songs I do like of his. I think Jungle was a good one. Excuse me. Lil Wayne's been
I miss the old Kanye.
true.
Totally unrelated, but I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah, he hasn't come out with anything recently either, has he?
He had that one album, the one with the blue.
Easy.
I can't think.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
don't.
basically a gospel album, but
That
it
was a gospel
right,
album, and
that's
it was
right.
garbage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
fine.
liked
gospel.
Follow God. That was like because it's like I'm not trying to listen to a church choir whenever I'm listening to music. There's definitely like ways you can do it right. I think a way that he did it right was like Ultralight Beam. I think that's like the perfect thing. You should have one of those on one of your albums if you want to, be like that. But I
Yeah.
think having like a whole album be dedicated to any religion, like I think it's a little bit preachy. Like just a little bit, it becomes exhausting. Any topic you do, if that's the focal point of one album, I think it's too much.
Mhm.
I think you should always diversify or tell different stories, or do something like that.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
storytelling too. No, when songs have like a story to tell kind of deal.
Yeah.
There's a couple pretty good ones on that. But on that note, we're actually gonna wrap it up. It's actually been a little over an hour, which we try to keep this episode short. I have to go work in a little bit. So just for everybody tune in next week. We have a list that's being conjured up right now for anybody that wants to check the We Need Your Help. I believe there is a post in there for the podcast, and basically all it is just react to the post, and your name's going to be put on a guest list later on down the road. We're going to send you a message with an application to fill out, and you'll send that back into us, and then we'll contact you further down the road, and we'll arrange some things. I think we're also probably going to try experimenting on a couple segments. We might have possibly the Tarkov director in here with his second in command, possibly, to discuss that, discuss the new possibility of, I think, the Streets of Tarkov map that could be coming out as well. Yeah, so stay tuned. Jimmy, Kilrim, appreciate you guys coming in on a little shorter.
Thanks for
than
2
usual
episodes in a row.
Yeah, hope they
thanks for having us.
get used to us. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in, everybody, and see you next 2 weeks from now. Cheers.